Dark magic, the unforgivable curses, Death Eaters. This is the side of the Harry Potter universe that intrigues me, and with Hogwarts Legacy less than a year away, I think it's high time we look at all the ways players will be able to tap into the more sinister side of magic. Hey there friends, it's Codiak here. Welcome back to Legacy Gaming. Today's lesson, the dark arts, and how players in Hogwarts Legacy could lose themselves to their evil. If there's one thing that fascinates me about the wizarding world of Harry Potter, it's dark magic. While wicked in nature, the books and subsequently the movies managed to position them with such weight that the gravity of the situation drastically changed when talking about or dealing with the unforgivable curses. That's what I want to talk about today, and more specifically, talk about how dark magic could potentially play a factor in our experience with Hogwarts Legacy. Truth be told, the developers are going further than any other Harry Potter experience to give players the option to dabble in these evil powers, and quite honestly, I think that's going to speak to a great many number of players. Take that for what you will. So for those that need a refresher, there are 3 unforgivable curses in the Harry Potter universe, 2 of which we've already seen in action in Hogwarts Legacy. Might as well just push the throttle and start with the killing curse, Avada Kedavra. You all most likely know how this one goes. Instant death, unblockable, only one person known to survive it, Harry Potter. Well, in Hogwarts Legacy, we've already got a glimpse of who will have access to this spell. You, the player. We've seen a few different flashes of emerald green magic, but none more tantalizing than this one shot where we see our main character use this spell in an underground dungeon. It's amazing to think we'll have the ability to unleash this spell in the game, and truthfully, I hope there's some real significance to using it. If we're able to just learn it and use it whenever we want, I think it'll lose a lot of its dark grandeur. Fingers crossed the devs are smart about how they treat all of the unforgivable curses, because it's really uncharted waters in the video game space. In the recent Sebastian Sallow trailer, we get a glimpse of how these curses might manifest throughout the game. Now keep in mind, Sebastian is a companion character, and the questline we see in this trailer is part of his optional story arc. It might be that these curses are only accessible by exploring optional content like this, but we can't say for certain. In the trailer, we see our player character and Sebastian talk about the Cruciatus curse. This is known as the torture curse because it inflicts unimaginable pain on the target. However, the trailer offers up something interesting: choice. Now, I've talked about this in a number of other videos, but choice is a funny thing in video games. Oftentimes, developers say choice matters, but rarely do you feel the impact of that decision. In this case, however, things might be different. In a clip released on Twitter, we see more clearly the options that are presented to the players in this situation. Don't learn the Cruciatus curse, have Sebastian cast the curse on you, or learn the curse yourself and cast it on Sebastian. That's a pretty weighty choice, and quite frankly, the type of high-stakes decision I like in my games. Obviously, we don't know what happens after you make the decision, but the trailer alludes to utter and complete chaos, unleashing some sort of dark force on the world. However, what I'm more interested in are the long-term impacts of our decisions. According to the game's FAQ section on their official website, there's no morality system, and based on conversations with community manager Chandler Wood on Twitter, the choices you make are more about your relationship with specific characters. But how does that all change the trajectory of the game? That's what I'm curious about. I think it's safe to assume that if Crucio and Avada Kedavra are on the table, then the last unforgivable curse, the Imperious Curse, is as well. For those that aren't super familiar with this curse, it allows the caster to dominate a victim's mind, basically placing them under their control. I have no doubt, none whatsoever, that the developers will also find a way to work this into the game. We've already seen 2 unforgivable curses in action. It would be silly to omit the third, and given how the game looks to play out, needing to rely on allies and enemies to sort out problems, it's the perfect opportunity for a curse of this nature that allows the wielder to take complete control of others. Now, we haven't seen this in action quite yet, at least that we know of, but I'm sure it's coming at some point. It's important to keep in mind that Hogwarts Legacy is a single-player RPG that features a talent system. We haven't seen this in depth quite yet, but it makes sense after seeing the various talent panels that these unlock spells or improve existing spells, you know, the way talent systems normally operate. We don't know what route the developers are going to take quite yet, but again, with these 3 curses, there has to be some thought and care behind how players access them. Unlocking Avada Kedavra through a talent tree system would be a huge swing and a miss, at least for me, but I'm confident that won't be the case based on the Sebastian Sallow trailer. If you look at all of the existing trailers and content for Hogwarts Legacy, it's pretty clear the devs aren't shying away from the darker side of the Harry Potter universe. I mean, heck, look at the pre-order digital deluxe bundle, which includes the Dark Arts pack. You get a Thestral mount, a set of Dark Art cosmetics, and even a Dark Arts battle arena. Now, if you're curious, that Dark Arts battle arena is said to be where players can test their Dark Arts skills against waves of enemies. So if you don't think the devs are embracing that side of the game, you're nuts. With the lack of a true morality system, our decision to be good or evil will no doubt manifest in different ways. As I said before, most likely impacting individual relationships. How that all comes to impact the larger story of Hogwarts Legacy, however, well, that is still a mystery. Anyways, friends, I think that's a good place to leave our conversation for today. There'll be plenty more to talk about in the weeks and months ahead as we get ready for that February 10th release date. So if you love Harry Potter and you're interested in playing Hogwarts Legacy, do me a solid, drop us a like on the video, and consider subscribing so you never miss some new content. I also want to let you know that our 2022 Leave a Legacy charity event is set for Saturday, October 22nd. For a second year in a row, we've partnered with Connecticut Children's to help bring the joy of video games to kids at the hospital. Mark your calendar, set a reminder, and be sure to join us on Discord to stay up to date on everything regarding our upcoming event. That link, of course, is below. My name is Codiak, and from everyone here at Legacy Gaming, thanks for watching, and play on.